Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Happy Friday. We have made it to another weekend. That means another edition of Uncle Dan's Best Bets. Before we get into those, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. We really appreciate it as our channel continues to grow. Comment in with what you're betting this weekend, and let's just hope it was better than last week because not great, Bob. I said it on the first week too when I was off to a red hot start and I was the world's hottest gambler. I said, sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield. Through 2 weeks, I was the windshield, crashing every bug. Last week, yeah, just one of those weeks. We all have them. 2-7-1. The Lunder didn't hit over in London. Bills, if Devin Singletary scores at the end, probably win that one. Instead, we just push. Weather hurt Josh Allen. A lot of drops in that passing yards one they had. Jaguars got off to a great start. Couldn't do anything with it afterwards. Detroit couldn't stop anybody. And boy, was I wrong on the under in prime time there. So, but can't sit and sulk. You just got to keep firing. And I've already fired one. I tweeted it out yesterday, Thursday night. Had the Broncos -3. Don't want to talk about it. That's all that I will say. I was betting against the Colts without Jonathan Taylor going on a short week to altitude. I just didn't factor for the fact that Nathaniel Hackett may be an absolute moron. And Russell Wilson, just not good. Not good. So already 0-1 on the week. But as we move to this week, that Broncos is one of my 6-pack of plays. Smaller card, going to focus in because I really didn't like anything all that much on this slate. But I still found a 6-pack of games. Obviously, the Broncos already lost. That was at -3. My first play that I think this may be my favorite play of the week. I've gone back and forth on what to do for the Bills game. Going up against a rookie quarterback in Kenny Pickett, Sean McDermott 7-3 straight up in his career against first-year rookie quarterbacks. Thought about possibly teasing this game. The Bills are 14-point favorites. That just seems like so many points. Thought about teasing that down to 8, along with teasing the under, which is at 46 down to 40. I think that's a smart play if you wanted to tease it. I'm just not a huge tease guy. So I eventually stayed away from that. What I did find in that game was Gabe Davis receiving yards over. It is set on DraftKings at 48.5. This is maybe just a little bit more inside information from covering the team. I was the one of the guys that said before the game in Miami that he just didn't look right at practice, really nursing that ankle injury. This is the best he has looked in the last 3 weeks. He says he feels the closest to 100% that he has felt this season. Sean McDermott thinks his best football is still in front of him and that he has been limited in production because of the ankle injury. No Dawson Knox for the Bills on Sunday. No Jamison Crowder. Isaiah McKenzie still in concussion protocol. Josh Allen will still throw the ball. If I'm the Steelers, I'm trying to take away Stephon Diggs. I love Gabriel Davis receiving yards over 48.5. Weather isn't going to play a factor in this one. I think Josh Allen and the Bills offense bounces back. I think they score close to 30 points. But I do still trust Mike Tomlin to get his guys to play hard and fight. So I'm going to stay away from the total. I'm going to stay away from the lines. Just give me Gabe Davis over 48.5 receiving yards. He has been disappointing so far this season, but we saw when he was healthy in the Rams game what he can be offensively and what he can help the Bills be offensively. So down a couple guys with Dawson Knox and Jamison Crowder, possibly Isaiah McKenzie. I think Gabe steps up, feeling better this week from what I have seen at practice with my own 2 eyes. Encouraged there. Next game, Dolphins -3 at the Jets. Couple reasons. I've said this before. I think Mike McDaniel, really good head coach, and he's getting an extra 3 days to prep. Good coaches with extra time is massive. I think there's a little bit of hype coming off the Jets win because I think this line should be 5.5. Teddy Bridgewater isn't that much of a drop-off from Tua. As well as, like I said, you're getting extra time to prepare. So I think the Jets getting a little bit too much love for their win against a bad Steelers team that Kenny Pickett threw them the ball 3 times, allowed them to come back. I think that if the Jets hadn't won, I think this is probably a 5-6 point game. So I like the Dolphins. Teddy Bridgewater, all the dude does is cover 7-2 in his career against the spread as a road favorite. So give me the Dolphins -3. I will also take the over in this game. Dolphins Jets over. It is set at 45.5. I like the over. I like Mike McDaniel to have some extra time to get this going. I don't think the Jets defense is very good. You gave up 21 points to a pretty bad Steelers team. But their offense is quietly frisky. So I think they're a little bit better with Zach Wilson. They have got some real weapons on the outside. Garrett Wilson is a legit NFL wide receiver. I think this game goes 25-21, somewhere in that range. I think it gets up there. I think both teams score at least 3 touchdowns. So I like this one to go over 45.5. Then the Niners is my next play. They're -6.5 against Carolina. I don't need to go any further. I think the Niners are legit. I think they're a better football team right now with Jimmy Garoppolo. And we know the Matt Rule stat. We will say it again. When Matt Rule in Carolina gives up more than 17 points or more, they are 1-26. 1-26. They are horrendous. Panthers stink. 40% of the Panthers plays are going for no gain on offense. Niners defense, legit. I really like them in this one to win by 2 touchdowns. Niners win easy. And my final pick of the 6-pack, Eagles -3 first half against the Cardinals. I was on the Cardinals last weekend to beat Carolina, but that's not saying much. The Eagles have been one of the stronger teams. They're probably the team that is playing the best right now. I don't think they're the best team in the NFL, but I think they're playing the best football of any team right now. The Eagles have been pretty good in the first half. The Cardinals have been atrocious in the first half. No team is scoring fewer points in the first half than the Arizona Cardinals. They are the chaos they can create when things are off script is what makes them dangerous. And a lot of times that's in the second half. So I think the Eagles can be leading by 10 easily at the first half going into halftime. And I don't want to have to sweat out -5 with a backdoor late touchdown to make it a 3-point game for Arizona. So give me the Eagles. I think they win, but I think 5's a little much in that range. I don't think Arizona's any good, but they do seem to play, and they are chaotic until the very end. So there is my 6-pack of games. For the season, like I said, I am still 20-17-1 entering the season. So the sky is not falling. We have just cooled off from our 14-5 start. Regression to the means. We will bounce back with this 6-pack. Already 1-0, but I still got 5 plays that are left on the card that I feel really good about. I said the Broncos -3 is already lost, but Gabe Davis over 48.5 receiving yards. Dolphins -3. Dolphins Jets over 45.5. Niners -6.5, and the Eagles -3 in the first half. Those are my 3 plays, or those are my 6-pack of plays for this weekend. Plenty more. Follow on Twitter if I add something. I couldn't find a Devin Singletary receptions prop on DraftKings. It wasn't out yet. I think his receiving yards was 17.5. He has been, this Bills offense has lacked explosiveness the last 2 weeks. Devin Singletary has been really good in the receiving game. So those are 2 props that I'm going to keep an eye on. Again, if you want a teaser, I think 14 is too much in that Bills game, but I don't hate the Bills -8 and the Bills in the total being over 40. So I think that if you wanted to tease a game, if that's your thing, I think that is a teasable game there. So follow me on Twitter at Dan Fates for more coverage if I add any plays to the card. But again, bounce back week. Last week we were the bug. This week we hope to be the windshield. Best of luck to all your bets this weekend. Thanks for watching here on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.